Sam Logue here for IrishBoxing.com. Delighted to be joined by Danny Boy Keating ahead of his fight this weekend, Saturday, November 19th, in the National Stadium. Danny, how are you, my friend? And how excited are you to be back in the ring?
I'm good, Sam. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, mate, I'm feeling good. I've had a good last 6 weeks camp. I'm just delighted now to be getting back in and the first show down in the south. Um, I have plenty of fans coming up now. So yeah, it's gonna be a great show, mate.
Yeah, I'd say you're buzzing. We just said very briefly there before we kicked off. You were supposed to fight on the show in Cork. There was Tommy Hyde was supposed to be
Yeah,
headlining that show in Cork. It obviously didn't go through, unfortunately. That was a few months ago. The last time he actually fought was on the undercard of Padraig McCrory and Celso Neves in the Ulster Hall. It was exactly a year ago.
yeah.
So how does it feel? I suppose how does it feel to be kind of finally getting back into the ring? We're pretty sure this card is going to go ahead at this stage, but you've been a year out of the ring, so kind of what's that been like, and how excited are you to finally get back in?
Yeah, it's been hard. I suppose. Look, yeah, it's no, I didn't. Kind of wanted to have a couple of more fights in the 12 months, but look, I've stayed in the gym. I've been always having one foot in the gym. Um, so look, I'm excited to get in, get the ring rust off again, and I'm hoping then, look, all going well on fight night that I have no injuries and I can come out injury free and hopefully get out a bit sooner, maybe February or March again, and just try to get the ball rolling again. Um, yeah, as I said, look, I'd like to have maybe 2, 3 fights a year. But look, I'm just happy. Look, I've stayed in the gym, I've stayed in shape, and as I said, look, I got the phone call about this show 6 weeks ago, and I was in a position where I was able to take it. And yeah, look, I'm just delighted that I'm back in the ring again. And um, as I said, we just shake out the ring rust.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your opponent. You're in with Ivan Njegac, I believe is how you pronounce his name, but I could well be wrong there. Obviously, he's 13 and 26. Do you know anything about your opponent, and kind of what are you expecting from him this Saturday?
I haven't seen much on him. I know Tony has watched him. He's definitely a lot better than what his record is. Um, like as I said, look, he's 13 fights. He's triple the amount of fights, triple the amount of wins than I have fights. So look, he's well experienced. He's a he's a good boxer. He likes to switch from orthodox to southpaw. Um, look, it's gonna be an interesting fight. These are the fights I want. These are the best learning fights I want. Um, yeah, look, it's my first 6 rounder as well. So yeah, look, he's an ideal opponent. He's gonna give us a good fight. He's the kind of guy. Tony says he never comes to lie down. He always comes to have a good go. So that's what we want. We want a good competitive fight. And yeah, look, it should be a great night.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. You want at this stage you need the rounds, right? I suppose that's kind of the
Definitely.
thinking. Your first six rounder. How do you feel going into your first six rounder? Have you prepared any differently, or do you feel kind of like you've been ready for to step up in the rounds for a while, or what's the prospect of that extra 2 rounds? What's that doing for you in your head?
I feel look, I've always kind of been ready for the longer rounds. I feel like the longer I go on in my career, the extra rounds will suit me. But this camp I've sparred extra rounds and I've started maybe pace myself a little bit more. So that's what I'm looking for on the night of this fight now is maybe to go out and maybe have a look at him earlier on and maybe pick up the pace to every round. Just pace myself because the 4 rounders that I've been doing, they they just fly through.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 6 rounder now should be a great.
Are you predicting perhaps a stoppage with the extra couple of rounds, or how do you feel about how you can push through the gears? Obviously, you're saying there that it's sounds like this is a bit of an exercise for you, on pacing a fight, which is great to hear that you're looking to go out and kind of practice something, for lack of a better term. But yeah, how do you see the fight going based on the fact that you have more time to kind of come into the fight and increase the pace as the rounds go on, as you said?
Yeah, look, see, I never go out there expecting a knockout. It always look, if the shot is there, the knockout will come. I know I carry. I know no matter who they are, if I catch them with my right hand, that I can sleep anybody. But I never go out looking for knockouts. I have a great amateur pedigree behind me. I can do both. I can box or I can move. So look, I'm just gonna go out there, and my plan is to put on a good show, not make much mistakes, and win every round. That's what I'm looking for. Just get the rounds in. Um,
Brilliant.
look, I could go out. I could go out hard in the first 3 rounds, and I could probably get them out of there if I wanted to. But when I rush things, I seem to kind of get carried away. So I just kind of get back to my boxing. And as I said, look, if the shot is there, and the opening is there, I most definitely take it.
Absolutely. Brilliant. A nice calculated mentality going into this one, Danny. Good to hear. Um, you have a few people coming up from Cork, I believe. How many
I
tickets
do.
do you think you've sold, and what kind of atmosphere are you expecting on Saturday night in Dublin?
I've done close to maybe 100 tickets. Look,
Wow,
like it's not a crazy amount of tickets, but
it's very good.
it, it's not bad. Um, the I did a lot of tickets in the Belfast show as well, and that was up north. So yeah, look, I have a massive crowd coming up for this show, so yeah, it'll be good now to finally have a show in the south, and some people don't have to travel too far. So yeah, look, it's gonna be, at the moment it's looking like it's gonna be a massive night. The atmosphere is it's gonna be a crazy atmosphere inside there.
What about the prospect of fighting in the National Stadium as a pro? What does that do for you? I think
Yeah,
it's something that excites a lot of people.
look, it's actually it's great for me because I haven't fought in the national stadium in probably 7 or 8 years junior, and I've had many great nights in the national stadiums. I won 3 Irish titles there. So yeah, that was the highest in my career, was winning a national Irish title there. So look, it's great to get back there, and the 24-foot ring as well. And it's yeah, it's going to be great. I am looking forward to it. I'm really buzzed for this fight.
Brilliant, man. That's great to hear. You on BoxRec at least, you're scheduled for a fight in Cork in let me just check
Yeah,
that in
um
December. Tell us
yeah,
about that.
that's actually a mistake, Sam. That was Tommy's show was actually supposed to get rescheduled in December, but Tommy's actually making his debut now in America.
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah,
So yeah, so I think that's just still floating about there.
Floating. Okay. So how soon do you want to be out again after this fight this month? Of course, December would have been a very quick turnaround, but how quickly would you
Yeah.
like to get back out? And what kind of trajectory are you looking to take now? Are you looking to kind of push on and fight as regularly as possible and move up the levels as quickly as possible? You must be getting a little bit impatient.
Oh, definitely, mate. Look, as I said, I always said my calling will eventually come. Um, I'm just hoping that I can get through this fight injury free, and I'm sure Tony already has maybe a fight lined up in February or March, maybe England. We're not too sure yet, but almost definitely, if I can come out of this fight in injury free, no dramas, I would definitely be. I'll be back in the gym the week after, and I'll be hoping to be out maybe February or March or early next year anyway.
Brilliant.
Um, like if I can get 3 or 4 fights next year, that's the plan. Yeah, it'll be great.
Absolutely brilliant, man. That's what you need, isn't it? Like you hear all the fighters, especially around the kind of Irish level at the moment, saying the one thing everyone is saying in common is, we need to be busy. I need to be busy. It's not good enough to be kind of sat on the sidelines and fight every now and again. And it's very hard to jump up the levels if you're not in the
Definitely.
ring boxing, practicing a set essentially. So hopefully you can get out again. I think Tony is looking to put on more shows, right? So that spells good news for you, I think.
Oh, definitely. Like there's talks about maybe bringing a small show maybe to Cork next year.
Brilliant.
So yeah, that I'd be buzzing for that one if we can do that next year. That'd be another great night of boxing.
Absolutely. Do you feel like particularly motivated at the moment with all of the kind of Irish success that we've had in the pros? I mean, let's forget the amateurs for a sec. The amateurs have been flying, juniors and seniors, but the pros have really been kind of stepping up to the mark lately. With the likes of Padraig McCrory, we have a few IBO titles now in the back pocket, so to say. Padraig McCrory going over to Germany and ripping that title away from Leon Bourne. You've got Anthony Kakachi won the IBO title at Super Feather, and obviously Dennis Hogan won against Sam Egginton in Australia. I mean, we're on a really good path at the moment. Does that kind of motivate you and kind of let give you more dreams or kind of motivate you to push on?
Oh, definitely. I actually, do you know what? It's actually great because I turned pro when I was very young. I was only 19 when I turned pro.
Yeah,
So I'm a pro a good couple of years now, and I always thought I turned 25 this year, and I always thought, look, is the window kind of gone? But the success Irish boxers are after having lately, and the guys are probably hitting their late 20s, early 30s, and they're pulling these massive fights. So look, it's great to see them do that. 'Cause as I said, look, the likes of Dennis Hogan, he's after winning a massive belt there, and Dennis is early 30. So it's just great to see that even people in their early 30s now, it's like the new prime for them guys.
yeah,
So yeah, look, it's great. It's great for us that look, I'm 25. I know that if I keep my head down, look, a couple of years time, I could have these big fights as well. And so yeah, it's unreal. It is. Irish boxing is booming at the moment.
yeah, definitely. And hopefully, if it keeps going and keeps growing, you can kind of ride the crest of that wave, and
Def
get a bit more momentum that maybe has been lacking. Do you feel like it's a with the fact that it's starting to grow again and we seem to be hitting a little bit of momentum? Do you feel like there's actually a lot of competition though to kind of get on cards and to get opportunities because everyone's ears are pricked up now because things seem to be kind of starting to move a little bit better. Do you find that you're kind of talks of this Croke Park fight with Katie Taylor that Eddie Hearn is talking about? Do you feel like you're kind of almost competing now against your peers in all different weight classes to kind of get opportunities?
Oh, definitely, mate. Yeah, like as I said, that Katie Taylor show is going look for anybody to get on that show. That'll be a life changing moment for any boxer that's going to fight on that show. So yeah, look, as I said, everyone's probably going to be trying to put in good impressions and coming off good wins to get Eddie Hearn's attention. Um, but look, all I can do is just stay in the gym, keep turning up, having good performances, and as I said, look, I'm hoping my night will come. Um, I'm not the kind of guy that's going to be shouting and roaring around the place to trying to get on these big shows. I'm just gonna stay in the gym, keep putting on good shows, and eventually I'm hoping my night will eventually come. I might get a call. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure you will. Um, I'm not going to keep you too much longer, Danny, but maybe just a quick word on young Harrison Jameson, who I believe is a stablemate of yourself, who tragically passed away. Um, I it's terribly sad, and condolences to his family and to everyone who knew him, was friends with him. You might just give us a quick word on the tragic passing of young Harrison.
Yeah, mate, it's crazy because I think he died. I got the phone call that he died on Tuesday morning, and I only shared the ring with him on Saturday. We were sparring, and yeah, he was a good mate of mine. He was a lovely guy. He was going to be a great boxer. Um, I didn't comment on the situation because look, when I found out the death of him, I was slightly depressed. I was down for a while, but I just said I'd put it behind me, keep it in the back of my head. I'd get the business done because, as I said, look, he should have been there that night as well. So yeah, look, I just said I wouldn't comment on it because I know that I have a job to do Saturday night, but yeah, look, I'll be fighting in his favor for that. Um, yeah, I'm just hoping. Look, after the fight, I'm gonna dedicate my fight to him. That was the plan all along. I didn't really want to comment on anything because yeah, like it did affect me big time.
Yeah,
So I haven't even been on social media. I haven't been doing any interviews or anything. I just wanted to kind of get this job over and done with, and then I can think back on it.
absolutely, absolutely fair. And I apologize if I've brought up something that you were trying to avoid thinking about for the time being.
No, not at all, mate. Like as I said, look, I'm happy for Tony David. Like he adored Tony David, and look, when we got the news, it was a sad moment for our gym. But look, Tony David kept my mind straight. He kept me in the gym, and he just said it. He just said it to me. He just said, "Look, we have a job to do." He said, Harrison would rather us go out and have a great night. So look, that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna put on a massive show for everybody, and Jason in Harrison's memory, definitely.
That's brilliant, man. It's great to hear, and we look forward to seeing that after a victory on Saturday night. Um, just leave me with a prediction, if you like. I know you're not one for the predictions really, but how do you see the fight going, and what would you like the outcome to be?
Look, I can if it goes the distance, look, I'm gonna out to win every single round. Um, like people have been saying like this guy is better than his record, and he switches from orthodox to southpaw, and he can box. He can. But look, the way I put it, Sam, is if I'm not beating the likes of these guys, Sam, I'm in the wrong sport. Because I'm a big believer that I'm gonna do big things in the sport. As I said, look, I'd love to win an Irish title. I'd love to do what Eric Donovan did in a European title, or even what Dennis Hogan did, a WBO world title. So I'm not going to complicate things. I should go out and look. This guy's going to give me a great test. Um, and yeah, look, as I said, I plan to put on a great show for everybody, and I just want to show people my levels. That I'm well schooled inside there, and that I'm a suited pro.
Brilliant. That's great to hear, Dan. I'm going to leave you there. Thank you very much for talking to irishboxing.com. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry it's taken us a while to get this over the line, but I'm really happy to finally catch up with you again. It's been a while since me and you caught up, so it's been a pleasure. Thanks very much, and I will catch you soon for sure.
And same to you, Sam. I appreciate the time, and as I said, look, I have big respects for IrishBoxing.com, because since I turned pro, they've done a great job for me. They've always kept me in the headlines, and yeah, look, I've always time for IrishBoxing.com. They're the best in the business.
Good man. Thanks very much, Danny, and I know Johnny and Joe will be happy to hear that as well. So thanks very much. Best of luck on Saturday night. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see a Danny Keating victory, and look forward to catching up with you soon, mate.
Thanks very much, Sam. I appreciate the time, mate.